Hey, okay, I'm back with some more disassembly tips. Alright, this is the blowed up 461. I shouldn't say blow it up because it didn't scatter, it just the piston's all scored. I think it's from ethylene, too much ethanol in the gasoline. I was buying my gasoline, it was a high octane, but I got it from Sheets. This was a couple of years ago. I blew this up in a 372 the same day, and I never blow saws up. So needless to say, I dumped the rest of the gasoline in my pickup, and I went and got some, and I have been running non-ethanol. But anyway, I did buy some gas another time at Sheets, and we did a tritation test on it. There's 29% ethanol in it, so I don't think it's suitable for small engines. Okay, so anyway, here you go. Buy it's called recreational gas now, so they charge you more for not putting the ethanol in it, but whatever. Get the non-ethanol and use a good two-stroke oil. But so what I do, I don't have a piston stop. I used to have one. I probably do around, kicking around somewhere in here, but I'm not taking 2 weeks to find out where it is. Make sure your piston's down the bottom. And then what I use, you can use regular starter rope, but I have a piece of this stuff kicking around, just a big fat nylon rope. Stuff it down in there. Fill the cylinder up. This way, if it gets caught on stuff, it don't, you know what I mean? It don't ruin stuff. It's soft, you know what I mean? So, jam that puppy full. Holy crap, it's going to take like 5 yards of rope. Alright, that's enough. Let that jam up so it can't turn, alright? And then you put your wrench on. This is a three-quarter socket here. 3/4 bolt. So I've got my little trusty doodad here. I don't know if it's got enough crap. I'll try it. Oh, I'm going to need a deep well. Great. Let me see if I can make this work. Nope, I gotta go get a deep well. Alright, we'll go get a deep well. And I'm gonna have to have I think I have a deep well 3/8 in this set. So I need to dig out, there it is right there, because I used it yesterday. So that's a 1/2-inch driver for that same tool. Let's see, 3/4. It's probably 19 millimeter, but it's close enough. I mean, that's so close, I think it's almost the same. Alright, let's see what we can come up with here. Wow. That's pretty fancy. Let's see if this works. Used to could. There we go. Now, see? Now I got my clutch off. So that is your whole clutch assembly. Okay? That's all of your clutch assembly there. And there's this little washer thing that goes on there. And then there is your oil pump. That's your oil pump. See how that drives right there? See, this is the thing that goes out under your clutch drum, like I was saying. And as the motor turns, that's all that's driving that little pump. But this little ring is broke. I don't know. I think, yeah, that's just the worm drive. So I should be able to I don't have to change the whole pump. See, the pump, there's your crank seals and everything else, but the pump just goes on right here. But I don't need to do that. I just need that. Okay. And that item's only a couple of bucks. So I'll order a new one of them. And then, so this thing here, I'm going to just set it aside for now. Maybe if we get brave here in a little while, we'll pull the cylinder off and see what it looks like. Because I am getting the parts to fix this one. So, try and keep it up out of here, out of the way, so it don't get all scuzzy. Oh, yeah, alright, so then now this saw, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to dissect this one. and put that clutch and worm drive in, and then we will go from there. So first things first, I'm going to pull the plug out of it. It's amazing how, I don't know how this works, whether, you know, there's the patterns run out on this stuff, or if the Chinese just steal it like they steal everything else. I don't know. I just don't know. But it's pretty amazing how these things are just identical. Like, well, people call them clones. Yeah, well, it's a clone, all right. It's a complete knockoff. Well, come on now. Don't make me take that off. This is hard to do one-handed. I suppose if I invested in another camera, but I'm not buying GoPros. I know that. Oh, come on. I shouldn't have to take that whole thing off of there. Well, if I could just get it to... Can't get on it. All right, let's see. All right, so that means, what size is that? I think they're 13/16, aren't they? Ooh, it's 3/4. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, duh, because that's the same as the bar nuts. Maybe I can get it with this. That diterated it. Oh, yeah, look at that, shiznats. What kind of plug did they use? Holy crap. Now, that's the Mr. Chang. It's got an NGK plug. Huh, that's interesting. Same exact plug as this one. Wow. I am just very, you know, pretty amazed at how well these things are built for the money. I mean, again, I don't know if they're going to last like the still. I don't want to get in a pissing contest over that. But, I mean, really. So far, so good. You know what? I've got something better than this. This takes too long. There's my daughter. Hi, Ashley. The girls are cooking dinner. Ooh. Pretty sure I have a Torx bit in here. Alright, well, I'll find that and I'll be back. Alright, I found it. Now that's a little more civilized now, isn't it? Huh? Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about! Alright, let's see, this one here. So yeah, this saw here ran really good. We didn't have any issues with this one. Except for these little clutch springs, that's it. Which is no big deal. Ain't the end of the world. I mean, now what I've learned about these things is there's a guy in Colorado who's selling a pile of them. He's a dealer. He's importing them in by the caseload, you know, by the truckload. And then he's you know, selling them. I think when you go get one off of Amazon, it's from somebody like him. You know what I mean? It's already got them in, and, you know, they're marking them up to ship them, which is fine. Everybody's going to make a dime, you know. It's not a big issue. But from what he says, this whole Farmer Tech is the company. And they are just a wholesale distributor. Or they basically assemble them. And they have, gotta save that little clip. And they have a bunch of different manufacturers that are making these parts. And not like, just for instance, I've had trouble with the clutch springs, but not all the clutch springs might come from the same little place. So the problem is with them is they're inconsistent. And the same with the carburetors, from what I learned from him. Now, I don't know if that's gospel or not, but he seemed like he knew what he was talking about. So see what's happened here with these little things? These little clips have broken. So I'm assuming they're broke or bent. Or see how the spring went around in there and boogered them up? So I'm just not even going to bother with that. For 19 bucks, I'll just replace the whole clutch. And I'll keep this one for spare parts. I mean, it would probably work. I got to look and see what those little things do. I don't know. We'll find out in a minute. Look at this other clutch. Yeah, see how those shoes, those little shim things go all the way around? These are broken. And they're broken because the stupid spring pieces were flying around in there. So, I don't know whether it would work without them or not. I don't know. But I can probably get them too. I don't care. For 19 bucks, you just replace the clutch and keep that one for pieces and bits. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do the same thing. Stick a tool in there. I'm going to turn this thing over till the piston is down. Yeah, just shove it down a little bit. All right, and I'm going to put my rope in. And again, you can use any kind of a nylon rope. If you don't, they make a tool for it, a little piston stop. It's like a nylon, like a neoprene plastic or something, so it doesn't damage the bits and pieces in there. But this works pretty much just as good. Just got to get enough of it in there so it fills up the combustion chamber and get the piston up again. I just pull it snug. And then let's see how this works. This is really hard to do one-handed. Can you imagine old Andy Detweiler, God rest his soul? He'd do this stuff with no hands. What an inspiration. Okay, let's see. Shift this back to on. Remember, these tighten the wrong way. They're right-hand thread. See how it's, again, you can see you're off. Let's see, right up here where you can see it. Alright, let's see if we can get this one off as easy as the other one come off. There she goes. Good, good, good. Okay, so that clutch is off. Yeah, see how those little booger things are, booger related? Alright, there's your clutches upside down. See? These little pieces came off, they broke. So, you know, from the springs breaking, the clutch is still good. I mean, grape, it ain't wore out. It takes years to wear them on anyway. Usually what happens is they start wearing cockeyed because one of the springs gets weak and guys keep running them and they'll chew the little corners off them and then they just not smooth after that. So, okay, so here's our washer and here's what's left of our little worm gear. It got pretty mutilated. So let's see. Here we go. Okay, so there's what happened to that. Obviously. But I think, to be honest, I think I did that. You know? I mean, because I don't think I put the thing in right last time. I must have been in a hurry. I had it apart multiple times, but that one time I don't think I probably didn't get it together right. So you can see all kinds of pieces and stuff in here, you know. So I'm going to rinse that out a little bit. I don't want to spray solvent down on my crank though, so I think I'm going to put this other gear in. You can see the little gear on the oil pump right there. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I get some light in on it. Right there. See the little splines on the gear? See how it turns? That's actually your oil pump. That's what pumps your oil. And this is basically just a drive. As it goes around, it spins that worm, you know. So I'm going to put this in. So it just goes, you know, it just threads down, basically threads in there. I'm going to put that in so I don't fill my case full of solvent. I don't want to get solvent on that crank seal. Who knows what that would do. Hopefully nothing. It should evaporate long before it creates problems, but I don't want to take the chance. So I'm just going to spray this out. Get the big DB chunks out of it. I probably will take my air hose and blow it off. Alright, so I got this blowed out. My compressor's running there. Got this pretty well blowed out. There's the little washer thing. That goes on first. And this is the original still clutch out of the donor. Oh no, that's the broken clutch. There's the good one. Yeah, see, it's got all three of these little, I don't know what you call them. Alright, so remember that goes on the right hand thread. Now we should be able to land it back on there. Okay. I should be able to get rid of our rope. Okay, now I've got to make sure that I line this up and clean this up too. Shut this thing off. It's good enough. I don't need 150 pounds of air pressure for that. Alright, so here it is. And it might stay there. Okay, so I'm just cleaning this out. Clutch housing, clutch drum. Get some of the geeb out of it. You should do this fairly once in a while with a saw anyway, just because as the crap builds up in it, you know, it builds heat, it makes it grab and not operate perfectly. So what I want to do, I want to line this little thing up with this groove. The groove in the drum with the little oil pump drive that I just put on. So there's my drive. It's over here. So let's see if I can get this right. See, it's got a mark right there too. I think I'm in. Alright, so now your little bearing, this little bearing, I always put a little bit of grease on this. Just a tab. Alright, I'm going to pause you. Alright. I just put like a little bit of, I got some all-purpose grease, you know, that I lubricate the equipment with. It's like a, you know, wheel bearing, high viscosity, whatever. I just put a little bit on there, not a lot. You don't want it all blobbing all over the place, but You know, that thing's spinning around in there at 5,000 RPMs. You'd think it would probably help to have a little grease on it. Uh-oh, I think I messed up my oil pump drive. I'm going to check it. Uh-oh, what did I do with that? I picked it up a little bit. I can't find it. Geez, open it. I don't think I broke it. It's got to be right there. All right, hang on. I got to find this thing. All right, I found it. I got it lifted on there properly. So I put the little bearing back in there with just a little smidget of grease. There's my sprocket. There's a little thrust washer. Now, good luck with this. This can be a booger putting these back on. I did it! I did it! Okay. So we should be good. Now we got a clutch and an oil drive back in the saw. So, I'm going to assemble this thing and maybe I'll make another vid to fire it up. Ta-ta, y'all!